Hi! What a wonderful day to do a little bit of makeup. I've been playing around with the Pink Lemonade lip and cheek color and the new cherry, scented cherry lip and cheek color. And we're gonna do a pink lemonade lip and cheek and some no makeup with some Demi, a little bit of your 3D foundation. So if that's something that you want to hang out for, and you're on today, this morning, this afternoon, say hi. If for some reason you catch it later, make sure you say hi. My name's Karen from 50's the New 50 blog, and we're gonna do some 3D foundation with Demi, and we're gonna use Pink Lemonade and Cherry scented lip and cheek, and we're just gonna do a quick makeup look for the summer. I like to call it the no makeup look because that's really what a lot of us are looking for. Is we want coverage on things like sunspots, age spots, under eyes, but we don't want it to look like we're wearing a lot of makeup. So kind of doing something like this, a combination between 3D foundation and Demi with some fun, lighter, maybe even more lip and cheek colors that have a little bit more of a stain, translucency to them is gonna work. So the first thing I'm gonna do is do my Demi. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically one of the Saint lines. It is a color filtering system, and the two colors that I recommend probably to almost 99% of the women my age who have issues with sunspots and even under eye discoloration that's a bit more on the bluish purple, which most of us, it may look red or purple, but it's really kind of a blue purple because of the thinning of the skin around our eyes, or even have texture around their eyes and they don't want to add a brightener or a pop color because it just really accentuates the thinning of their eyelids, or it just accentuates a lot of the wrinkling and texture, then you might want to try a little bit of the Demi and just play with it, because that's really what makeup's all about, is just playing. So the first thing I'm going to do is use one of the Demi brushes. This is the spot brush, this smaller end here, and I'm going to pick up a shade called O3. Now O stands for orange and 3 is the intensity. So the O3 I have found works really great for almost all of these bluish, greeny, brown sunspots. If you have a small to kind of a larger one like this, you may want to give this shade a try. And first thing I'm going to do is just come in here and just kind of lightly tapping some of that O3 on that sunspot, just trying to break up that discoloration, so that it blends in a bit better with the area of my skin around it. Now, you can also do this with like Mango. If you notice, Mango is also more of an orange shade. And a lot of times I'll just dab the Mango on when I'm doing like a full face of 3D foundation. But you can also use the Mango in larger areas, even when you're doing more of a no makeup look, as long as you use the smallest amount. So I'm going to just tap in with this smaller brush here, or actually you can even just use this side of this small brush, or a little, even an eyeshadow brush, so you don't pick up too much. And this is just, again, one of the Demi brushes, the spot brush, and I'm just lightly feathering on a bit of that Mango on my eyelids. And it's going to kind of do the same thing here, but since it's such a large area, I don't want to use too much. This Demi is really for smaller areas where you have smaller things that you can treat. So over here, a couple different sunspots. I'm going to go back in with the Demi and put it right. Let me turn so you can see. There's one there and here. And it's the smallest amount, literally, to color correct areas like this. Like even underneath my lip, I've got a cherry mole. You technically could say, Karen, that looks red, but truthfully, it's really a purpley red mole. So I just tacked a little bit here. Now on your chin, on your cheeks, your nose, areas where you may have broken capillaries or a little bit more areas that bother you, you're probably not going to want to take 03 and just go in and do every single little vein and line. So that's where I like to just go back to my Mango, because it can do the same kind of thing as long as you use the smallest amount. So I'm just going to use that demi brush and just lightly pick up the smallest amount and put that on my broken capillaries. Okay, just a little bit, because this is a no makeup look. I don't want to have a lot of makeup on, but there's areas that bother me that I want to soften and filter a little bit. So, you know, big purpley chin full of broken capillaries bugs me. So I'm using just a bit of that here to do that. Well, hello. Hi, gals. Make sure you say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you're surviving this heat wave that seems like everybody's having right now. Okay, so my cheeks are super, super red today. So I probably wouldn't want to take a demi color and just try to filter out my flushed red face that's so intense. So instead, I'm just going to take my blush brush, just a fluffy brush, and I'm going to tap into a little bit of my Mango color, just the tiniest bit. You could also use your main shade, whatever shade you use usually, to just give you a little bit of coverage. But again, it's the smallest amount because it's just going to be just a little tapping. And then I'm just going to tap over and just start to, you see, so I got a little bit here, but then whatever's on the brush and on my face, I'm just going to continue to tap to move it right in this area where I'm really, really red. But I'm not putting this makeup everywhere today. Okay, we're just addressing some of the areas where I feel I need a little extra coverage. And that's it, okay? So the next thing we can do, like I said, I used mostly the Mango on my eyelids just to neutralize a lot of that melasma. But on the inside of my eye here, you can see that real purpley red little pouch right here. And then here it gets almost thin, like almost blue. And then underneath, there's a little pocket of kind of a bluish gray. So let's use the demi there. It's a small enough area that I can take a little bit of the 03, tap in. I'm going to start with that color first and just tap the lightest amount just on some areas that I want to brighten. So right there, that was it, okay? And then right here where I had that red pouch, and take the other side of that brush. I know it has a little bit of the Mango on it. It doesn't matter. Just kind of, if you're worried about that, just wipe it off on your hand. Okay, so let's go over to the other side. And again, right here, this area right here, and I've got a spot here of melasma that is adding darkness. So right there, a little right here, and then right on that inside of my eye where that pouch is. And then I'll just use this side of the brush just to lightly kind of tap and feather it out a bit, just to brighten that. Brighten that and remove a little bit of that darkness around my under eye. Yes, I don't have major under eye darkness. I know that, but I do have under eye bags. Okay, and they start to indentations here, right in here, and I have a lot of texture. So another fun thing you can do, instead of using a brightener, you know, a brightener here, that would be your lightest shade, like a really light shade called your brightener shade or your pop shade, up here above your brow, down the bridge of your nose, out here. You've seen girls put it out here and here, here. And if you're doing that and it's not a day that you really want to have a lot of makeup on, but it's really emphasizing the wrinkles or it's showing a lot of texture and you feel like, gosh, I'm layering all this brightener and it just is looking worse and worse, then try like one of the demi shades and just go from 03 to 01. So 01 is really, again, it's O stands for orange. So when you look at the demi colors, the letter stands for the color family and the number behind them stands for the intensity or the level of color that's in them. So 01 is orange 1, and you can see that it's a little bit brighter, a little bit softer. So let's just take, I think what I'll do is switch brushes. Well, actually, let's just take a little bit of the 01 on that brush, and you can put some down the bridge of your nose. We can put some kind of up here. So instead of where we usually put that brightener that may be adding too much texture to your face, I want to add a little bit here where I have these indentations. Whoops. And across the side of my nose. I didn't mean to do that, but you see those little indentations right underneath here? I'm going to put some right in there. All right, now you can take your finger. Sometimes I find that easier just to pat that in and see how that just kind of brightened up that indentation and pulled it forward right underneath my eye bag. Okay, I can tap over my nose. So instead of using like a brightener shade because it's hot and I don't want to, you know, I just don't want to do a whole lot of makeup. I mean, you can see we have not put very much makeup on yet, right? Okay, and I'm just taking my finger and I'm just patting out some of that 01 just to add some brightness in some of this. I can even use up here, I can use this brush and just to lightly add some brightener right up in this area. Okay, so that is gonna be it. I'm not gonna put any more makeup on. That's it. Pounce a little bit more if you see something that's not quite blended in. That's it, okay? So, but let's have fun as far as like, if you want to add some contour, you sure can. You can still go back in and add just a little bit of contour if you wanted to still define your cheekbones a bit. You can still go in and do that. Just grab your contour brush, I call it, which is, it's the detail brush. You can still pick up a bit of it. And let's say, you know, I just want just a little bit of a shadow up here now up on my forehead. Contour doesn't add as much coverage as your 3D foundation, but it still provides coverage. So just adding a bit up here on your forehead is going to give not only coverage, but a little bit of shadow to your face, dimension. Same thing underneath your cheekbones here. You can just take that brush and just lightly tap into your contour. And remember, don't rub your contour on, but actually just take and tap it on and then just softly tap it out to just give a little bit of a shadow, little definition, especially here where you have that, the demi. Don't rub over, just lightly tap, just the smallest amount of contour just to add a bit of a shadow. Define your cheekbones a bit. I go to town on my jaw. Who doesn't like it? I can go to town down here. I want to hide and add a shadow, especially along my jowls and underneath my chubby chin. Okay, so that is it. Really easy summer, no makeup, super easy. Let's go ahead and add just a little bit. Well, yeah, and Diane's asking if she should use Demi on my sunspot. So if you only want to wear like barely any makeup today or a day and you just have one or two sunspots that are just maybe right in the area that really stands out, or a sunspot that's just aggravating to you, then just, you can try the Demi. See, I just put it just on this one. But I've got sunspots everywhere, you know what I mean? And melasma everywhere. But other areas, I just put a very light amount of my Mango color corrector and just hit a few of the sunspots that bothered me the most because I don't want to have a lot of makeup on, but I still don't want this huge sunspot just glaring at me. So definitely try that, yes. and use a Demi on my sunspot 03. And so 03 is the color that I recommend for almost everybody. Give it a try. It's such a universal color for sunspots, age spots. Just like how Mango is so great with purple and blue under eye, it also works great for melasma, okay? So I think the Demi 01 and Demi 03 are two great shades to start with. Here's the thing, these two shades don't work, then you swap out and you can go back to me, but I would suggest that you start with at least 03. You can always add 01 as well. Definitely. Okay, so let's do the pink lemonade. Pink lemonade. We've got pink lemonade with cherry. So cherry lemonade. I'm going to start by mixing these two. So I'm going to take my finger and just put some pink lemonade in a couple spots on my cheeks, right above that small amount of contour. And then this is the cherry. I'm gonna put that in between. Ooh, it's so fun. The cherry is a really pretty, kind of almost like a stain, and it smells like cherries. It doesn't taste like cherries, but I swear it does, but it doesn't. And then just take your blush brush and just tap those two together, mixing them in. So you kind of get this variegated, pretty cherry color with a little bit of a sheen to it. Let's do the same thing on our lips. I'm going to start by putting the cherry on my lips first. It's so pretty and it smells so good. Okay. And this one is one of the new ones. The fruit scented. It's such a fun red. It really is. It's definitely a cherry red. And if that is just too cherry for you, too bright for you, then go ahead and pick up some other color like pink lemonade, and you can do a couple different things. So I'm just gonna take the multitasker brush. I could also use my finger. If you have bigger lips, you can probably use your finger. Mine are too tiny. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the pink lemonade on that flat side of the multitasker. And I'm gonna come in just on the inside of the lips, just to do a little brightening in the center. That's so fun. So fun. And then you can even take your finger if you need to, or just tap over where those two meet. Yep, cherry lemonade. I think it's a really, really fun. It's such a fun combination. It's so fun to play with these colors. I'm not even gonna put any eyeshadow on. I used a little bit of my mango just to soften up my eyelids, just to tone down the melasma that I had up there. I used pink lemonade and cherry mixed on my cheeks to get that cherry lemonade, and then mix the two on my lips as well. So I hope that was fun to see those in action. And if you haven't tried any of the 3D foundation, you know, and you're nervous about getting color matched, or you're worried that the shades are gonna be too dark, don't worry, okay? I've been really, really blessed to be able to have color matched so many women in the last 3 years I've been doing this, and I really have seen probably well over 1,800 faces of women that look just like you and me, in their 50s, their 60s, and their 70s. And these shades are always gonna look so different on the computer screen. They even look different inside their tins when they're all filled in like this, then they're gonna look on your skin. So if you're worried about that, remember we have a really great return and swap exchange policy. So if one shade isn't quite what you expected, even with the lip and cheek, you can swap it out and get a different one. Hey, Jan. There's so many fun things. That's what's so bad about makeup, is there's so much fun stuff that it's just really fun. So reach out to me. You can either message me here, or you can just comment, match me, and I'll help you. And if I've matched you and you have more questions and you're unsure, you know, let me know if I'm answering those for you. And if I'm not, you know, keep asking. That's just fine, okay? And if you have any other questions, yeah, Diane, I would have you get Demi 03 to start and Demi 01. Those are the two I used. I know you're much lighter than I am, but it's not about the lightness of your skin. It's about color correcting the issues that you have, and sunspots and age spots. Those are going to work really great for that, the 01 and 03 for sure. I'm just checking to see. Hey, Mom. Hey, hello, Mom. How are you? And hi, Judy and Sarah. Hi, everybody. All right. Well, gals, do you have any other questions for me? I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday afternoon. I'll save this so that if you do catch it and you're wondering what this was all about, we were doing a no makeup look, and we used a cherry, a lemonade lip and cheek combo, and we used Demi. So Demi, which is really great for addressing some of your sunspots, age spots, areas that you want to filter. Yeah, it goes right in the same palette, right here. They're all made to fit in your palette. And so instead of having my brightener here in my palette, Jan, I popped in 2 of my Demi shades. So I've got my contour, my color corrector that sometimes I use as a main shade, my main shade, so a couple of my highlights, my contour, and then a couple Demi shades, 03 and 01. And then on the other side, I've got some lip and cheek, an illuminator, a couple little eyeshadows. This one obviously this is the number 8. And then we also have like the number 12, which are, you know, same thing. You could put your Demi right here, eyeshadows, and then pop your Demi. That's where it was before. So it just depends on what palette size. They all fit. They all fit in there, which is so great. And they're all magnetic, so you just pop them in and out. Yeah, good question. You don't have to get the special Demi cases. They work. Everything works together. Even the new eyeshadow cases, these also hold regular size foundation highlight shades or the Demi. Yeah, they're all made to be interchangeable and work together. You're welcome. Okay, well, have a great day, and I'll save this and I will follow up on any questions or comments, and I'm here to help at any time. All right, bye-bye. Thanks so much.